Here's how I'm going to do a Z-stack image. I'm using a 10 times objective on the confocal, and this is just one small section of the vascular network stained on a mouse retina. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to the live active imaging. Now we're going to set the Z-stack using the Z-stack controls. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to choose to watch my range indicator right here. I want to kind of get a handle on how bright some of these spots are. I might turn down, because of the red overblown, I might just go to my channels for a second and drop my laser power a bit. Maybe 0.6% is good for this one. So what I'm going to do is, this is focusing out of the retina. As I get to the retina, this is the superficial vasculature. And as you go a little bit deeper, you go through intermediate and all the way to the deep vascular bed. I want to capture all those, and I'm going to do stacks in 1 micron increments. So I'm going to kind of focus on where I think I'm going to begin in the superficial vasculature, right about there. And then the Z-stack controls I'm going to set first, and then I'm going to dive in deeper and focus. I'm going to go all the way through to the deep plexus, which is going to be behind the superficial plexus, which has been growing downwards. A little bit behind it will be the deepest layer back here. So that's going to mark sort of the edge of where the deep layer is, and I'm going to set that as last. And I'm going to turn off the live image and just simply start the experiment. And this is, looks like we're going to get 68 slices here in 1 micron image slices. And so it's starting at the top surface, and it's going to do a scan. And we're using the Alexa 594 dye in fluorescence, which is a red fluorescence. It's just artificially red colored here for the computer display. But the laser confocal will now scan deeper and deeper into this image. Let me play around with my video brightness for you here. And here you can see it starting to build an image. And of course, at first you don't see much, but as you get deeper and deeper and start capturing the vascular beds, you're getting more and more images all at once. You can hear the laser maybe scanning on the microphone here. Scan starts now, and it gets down to about here. That's a scan. So we're going to do 68 of those. Each one's a micron focus deeper. And you can see some of the intermediate plexus is going to start to come up after we get through this superficial vascular bed. It's a little bit sharper looking on the screen to me, because it's hard to sort of really record the screen. I'm going to turn down the brightness a bit, so there's quite a bit of detail in here. Each one of these is a microcapillary, and so we image all of the microcapillaries in the retina. And these are all bundles of endothelial cell clumps that have been activated because of high VEGF to be growing downwards in this image. Neovascular model and the mouse OIR model. So that's about just past halfway done. See the progress here on the scan. The little blue plane is moving up or deeper into the retina tissue. end up saving a complete Z-stack image. We can compress it all at any time later to look at all the layers at once, or we can pull out groups of layers from this as to separate photographs. There's all kinds of options. It can even be played as a movie that scans through the depths just to visually show you the three-dimensional structure. So we've gone through the intermediate. Some of the intermediate is now disappearing as we get deeper into these bright remaining areas up here. We're getting into some deep vascular plexus. We're at layer 57 now, only about 10 more to go. And this is just going to go down about, looks like about 7 more scans, and we'll be at the end of a stack of 68 1 micron optical slices, and we're just using a reasonable magnification. We're using the 10 times objective. And this is a Zeiss LSM 900 confocal system. I'll brighten it up a little bit for you here, and basically we now have a complete Z-stacked image, and I can scan right through this and see all layers of the retina. And that's how we take a Z-stack image.